Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about the difference between when God testing you and the enemy testing you. When God testing you, He wants to know your deepest, intentions, your heart, whatever your heart holds. You know what I mean? And because God, since inception, since creation, is been at war. The fallen angels, the Nephilim, and the Demerage, and Archons, all of those. He's been at war. And so, obviously, he's taken actions to make sure to know people's true intentions. That's why God testing you. When God tests you, that means He has deep love for you. You know what I mean? In Islam, it says when your end, because this is we are in end times. In end times, when horrible things happen to you, that means God loves you so much and He wanted to remove sins from you. When the enemy attacking you, do you know that? True story. When the enemy attacking you, sins are removed, because this is how God is, how God operates. When somebody attacks you, the sins transfer to that person. You understand? So, because this is all, it happened automatically. It transferred to the person who attacked you. Okay? Anybody who thought ill, intent of you and automatically transferred to you. Everybody speak, negatively about you, transfer to the person. And everybody who attack you energetically, spiritually, demonically, whatever, any negative impact that person harm, caused you, automatically the sins of your sins transfer to the person. Okay? And the enemy cannot stop that. They cannot stop this from happening. Okay? Because this is the law, It's universal law. You know what I mean? God created it for a reason. And, because when you do horrible things to people, your scale of bad intention or negative intention, whatever, sins and all of that, it transfer. This is exactly. This is the cause and effect. You do something to a person, the negative effect, that happens. That's how it is. Okay? When you align, even, okay, if you say, I do not believe in God, I'm going to tell you something. When you say, I do not believe in God, and God is this and that, and you can talk negatively about, if you talk negatively about God, only God can forgive. When you insult God verbally or through any intention, whatever, God forgives that only Himself. Like nobody can actually forgive God, sins against God, but God. Any sins against you is only be forgiven by you. You understand? So God give you that because God cannot say, I'm going to forgive people's sins against you. Okay? Because it goes against the laws that He have created. He gave you the driving seat to decide, your free will to decide. Okay? So when the enemy testing you, their intention is not very good. It's still very negative, When God testing you, He is, want to give you something, He wants to give you something great and good. That's why He does things He does, And because if He loves you, He would test you. He would test you like, to the grind, His testing is very, sometimes you may come across as harsh and unreasonable and stuff, but I told you, God has been at war and want He wants people who align with him. He wants people who has good intention for God. So I've been attacked, demonically, spiritually, magic, energy. I've been attacked through radiation. I've been attacked through diseases. I've been attacked through all of that. Mucus, inflammation. I've been attacked, a lot of ways, they want, their intention is to hurt you. Not like God, It's not like God. When the enemy is testing you, then they don't have good intention for you. When God testing you, He has good intention for you. You understand? So you have to understand how God operates. I'm just showing you how God operates. And God will punish all who harm others. Would harm others. They know this. The enemy may not think or feel they are going to be judged. You know what I'm saying? Because someone who would do harm to others and feel nothing, those people are demonically possessed, obviously. For you to think you can get away with murder and to harm others and get away with it, that's not God, okay? So obviously, whatever they've been possessed with, been telling them, do this, do that, nothing is going to happen, nothing, don't worry, and that's what they're going on in their head. They feel no remorse, and stuff like that. So, reality check, these people, they're going to find out what they did is wrong and will be judged. That's all. I'm not going to really, I told you guys, I'm not going to talk about, the part of forgiveness. I'm not going to talk about, I am not going to talk about dreams. I am not going to talk about being attacked, or being harmed, my suffering. I'm not going to mention that anymore. It's not worth it, it's not, because I feel like if I talk about it, it empowers them. It makes them feel like, they harm me, and I'm just not going to say it anymore. I'm not going to talk about it, So other thing I'm going to stop also, my family, I tried to talk to my sister. She told me, I saw you in a dream and it's not a good dream and and so that's other thing I'm going to stop as well. That's the other thing I'm going to stop as well. I'm not going to ask them. I'm not going to let them share the dream, any dream they dream of me. I am not going to ask to know what it is. I don't want to know. And if they try to tell me any dream, I'm going to stop them. Because that's one of the things. If I'm going to stop, I don't want to hear about their dreams or what they're talking about. I'm not going to really respond to the dreams. I said I've made a video. I don't want to respond to dreams anymore because they're artificial, they're not real and fake or whatever. And, I am not going to just give them that power over me. So I'm just going to, tell my sisters or any family members, or they want to tell me about a dream they had of me, I'm just going to tell them not to stop. I don't want to hear it, That's exactly what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm going to mention it to them and like, moving forward, if there is any dreams, you saw me in a dream, I don't want to know. Because I tried to tell my sister yesterday, is that their dreams are manipulated, artificial, and I really want them to listen what I was saying, but they're in disbelief. They do not think dreams can be manipulated. She goes to me, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Dreams could be manipulated. That's not true. on all of that. But she said something very interesting. She said some dreams could come from Satan. Okay? Some dreams can come from Satan, but vision comes from God, because God will show you. When God shows you, it's vision. Vision it comes from God, right? So that Satan cannot manipulate. So anyhow, I have created prayer yesterday to attack any satanic, Luciferian, demonic, inhabiting. And it works because the people in the apartment above me, they woke me up like at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. They're like banging, moving furniture. Somebody was screaming and stuff because I have created these prayers to get rid of this possession that has to do with Satan, by all names and whatnot. But anyhow, that's what I did. It's, the war is dark, and continuous. But you just want to be in a right frame of mind. You did nothing wrong. You're not at fault. These people, they have a problem with you, and they want to feel justified attacking you. Anyhow, I'm not going to advise you what to do anymore because I've talked about it many times, and I said I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I'm just going to stick to my gun. Whatever I said in the past, that's what I'm going to do, okay? And I just want you guys to follow suit if you want. If you don't want, hey, it's your free will. You can decide whatever you want, okay? But anyhow, yeah, these people all these things are falling off. When they attack your DNA, you attack your DNA. When they attack you with diseases and sickness and stuff and all of that, it removes sins. So, guys, it's a win-win situation. You're not losing, okay? But anyhow, I know what I'm going to do. And I told you what you should do. It's up to you to decide, okay? But my mind is done. It's been, this decision has already been made, and there is no turning back. Okay? Yeah. So anyhow, guys, that's what I'm going to talk about and share with you guys what's going on. So when you get attacked, sins are removed. Just remember that. You're not losing. Attacking you, you know what I mean? They're lightening your scale. Your scale of bad deeds are, being decimated, So anyhow, all the good deeds will, so the more they attack you, the more good deeds you get. They're going to have a clean slate. You're going to have a clean slate, and they're going to have not a single good deed because it's all going to transfer to you. All the good deeds they've done in their lifetime is going to transfer to you. And when there's nothing left, it's going to create karmic debt in the ancestor. You understand? Karmic debt is going to be created. You understand? So, it's a win-win. You're not losing, you're winning. You just need to know that. You are a winner.